Welcome. My name is Sergei Gorokhov. I know it sounds unfamiliar to American listeners. You can just call me Serge. Is that better? Okay, so we are starting a little marathon of several steps to your best day. And we are going to do it with the heroes of perhaps the most famous biblical story. We are going to talk about the story of the people of Israel coming out of Egypt. Isn't it strange that although they were delivered by God Himself, most never got to see their best day? Think about it. You can see amazing miracles in your life and God Himself will lead you, but you can still be stuck in your wilderness and perish without seeing a better future. Isn't something like that happening to many good people today? With many believers? They indeed see God is walking with them. They see His provision as though manna was falling from the heaven and water flowing from the rock in difficult moments. But they don't see a big, huge change in their lives. Friends, there are a number of very practical lessons to help you walk into your best day. And before we look at just a couple of verses of the Bible about this, let me give a little background on what we are going to read about. So, the people of Israel came out of Egypt, where they had been slaves for over 100 years. This exodus was accompanied by 10 Egyptian plagues. And then when they were on their way from Egypt, God opened the Red Sea before them, and they walked on dry ground. And the enemies who were chasing them perished. You can read more about this in the book of Exodus in the Bible. So, these people really saw God's miracles and really came in contact with His goodness, power, and might. And God wanted to bring them not just out of slavery, but to bring them into a better future. And here let me point out for us too, that God has not changed. He also wants to save and lead us into a better future. Then the nation of Israel reached Mount Zion, and there was a great ministry service to God. God Himself came down on that mountains. It shook and it was engulfed in flames. Anyway, once again, I want to show you that these guys really saw great things of God in their lives. But once again, they couldn't get into the better future. Most of them died in the wilderness. What a tragedy. And notice that God Himself, He can't help you if you don't help yourself. And so our story begins with them reaching the border of the land where God was leading them, the finest and the most beautiful places. And here our passage for today. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the children of Israel. From each tribe of their fathers you shall send a man, every one a leader among them. So, why do they need to send people? What is the main point? I think beside the military purpose, to spy the land, they must bring an account of this land they were entering. These 12 men were to be their eyes that will see the land of their future. In other words, they need to see the future before it happens. The main leaders of the people need to see a new and better future, and then inspire the whole nations. Friends, here is the truth for today. Your best future begins with vision. You have to see before you can step into it. Until you see yourself in the new, you will not enter into the new. So the first thing you need in order to walk into your best day is a vision of your best future. A clear and burning vision in your heart. But what is a vision? I will use the definition that Pastor Bill Hybels gave. A vision is a clear picture of the future that produces a pursuit. There are two important criteria of in this definition: clarity and producing a pursuit. The vision must burn in your heart. It must become the fuel of your life, pushing you forward to a change, so that you can overcome challenges and enter your better day. How do you develop the vision in yourself? Here are 3 simple tips. First of all, visit places and meet people who inspire you. Number 2, don't be afraid to use your imagination and visualize yourself on your best day. Number 3, voice to yourself your desires for the future. For example, I want, or it would be nice if. And as a believer, open your desire before God, Apostle Paul said. You need to see within yourself a clear picture of change and of your best future. This should be what burns in your heart. It is fuel to move forward. This is where the movement into your best day begins. And if you would like to receive notes and questions to ponder on, you can write to me. Contact information below.